Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is comparison of fractions. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about when the denominators of two fractions are same, the fraction having bigger numerator is a bigger fraction. So let's take an example. 4 by 5 and 3 by 5. As you can see, both the denominators are equal. Our rule is saying if the denominators are same, bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. So 4 by 5 is greater than 3 by 5. Let's prove that by help of a line plot. Both are proper fraction. Proper fraction lies between 0 and 1. 5 denominators, that means 5 equal parts. I am making 4 lines that will give us 5 equal parts. So 0 means 0 by 5, 1 by 5, 2 by 5. This is 3 by 5 and this is 4 by 5. So the fraction is closer to the whole number 1 will always be a bigger fraction. So line plot wise 4 by 5 is greater than 3 by 5. Let's use the model way. 4 by 5, I am making this rectangle as 4 by 5. 5 is a denominator, that means 4 equal parts. And I'm going to color 4 of them. 4 lines make 5 equal parts. So this model representing 4 by 5. Let's make it 3 by 5. 4 lines make 5 equal parts. And I'm coloring 3 by 5. By looking at the model, we can easily see that 4 by 5 is greater than 3 by 5. Let's take another example, 9 by 10 and 6 by 10. When the denominators are equal, bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. Next, the fraction with same numerators. The rule is saying when the numerators of two fractions are same, the fraction having smaller denominator is a bigger fraction. Let's take example 3 by 12 and 3 by 5. Our rule is saying if the numerators are equal, bigger denominator is a smaller fraction. So in this case, 3 by 5 is greater than 3 by 12. Let's use the model method. I'm representing this rectangle as 3 by 12. Denominator is 12, so I'm going to make 11 line in between. 2, and color 3 of them. Next, I'm making 4 lines and that will make this rectangle 5 equal parts. And I'm coloring 3 of them. By looking at the model, we can easily see that 3 by 12 is less than 3 by 5. Let's do one more example, 4 by 8 and 4 by 6. Both the numerators are equal. Bigger denominator will be the smaller fraction. So 4 by 8 is less than 4 by 6. Now we are going to talk about when the denominator of one fraction is multiple of the denominator of other fraction. Let's take an example, 5 by 6, 7 by 12. You see, 12 is a multiple of 6. So in order to compare these two fractions, we have to make it equal denominator. And how we are going to do it? If we multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 2, the denominator will be 12, which is equal to the second denominator. Let's do it. There will be no change in the second denominator because what we are doing, we are trying to convert 6 to 12. So this fraction becomes 10 by 12 and 7 by 12. As our rule number 1 is saying, if both the denominators are equal, bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. So 5 by 6 is greater than 7 by 12. Let's take another example. 3 by 8 and 5 by 24. 24 is a multiple of 8. If we multiply 3 with 8, it will turn into 24. So let's do that and make it an equivalent fraction of 3 by 8. Always remember, to compare fractions, you have to have the same denominators. You can do the numerators too, but denominator, making equal denominator will be easy. Because the rule is saying that if the denominators are equal, bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. So here, as we see that 24 is a multiple of 8, we convert 8 as 24 by multiplying numerator and denominator by 3. When it turned to equal denominator, now we just have to follow the rule 1, which is if the denominators of two fractions are equal, bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. Now, we're going to talk about when the denominators and numerators of two fractions are different and having no relation. Let's think about this example. 8 by 5 and 9 by 6. There is no relationship between any numerators or any of the denominators. So what we have to do, we take the second denominator, multiply with the first fraction, take the first denominator, multiply with the second fraction. We are doing this to make it equal denominator so that later it will be easier for us to compare between these two fractions. We always make the denominators equal, and we can apply the rule number 1 which is if the denominators are equal, bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. So this whole fraction turn into 48 by 30, and this is 45 by 30. Both the denominators are equal, which is 30. Bigger numerator is always a bigger fraction. So let's go back to the parent fraction. 8 by 5 is greater than 9 by 6. Take another example. 3 by 4 and 4 by 5. There is no relationship, so let's take the second denominator, multiply with the first fraction, take the first denominator, multiply with the second fraction. And why we are doing this? Because we are doing this to make both the denominators equal. So it will be easier for us to compare later on. 15 by 20, 16 by 20. If the denominators are equal, bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. Let's go back to the parent fractions. 3 by 4 is less than 4 by 5. Thank you for watching this video. Hope it is useful. Please like, share and subscribe this channel.